National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there and a very good evening. This is the National News Broadcast, bringing you your stories for tonight. I'm Prashant De Silva.
And I'm Sharon Mascarenhas. First, it's a look at the day's headlines.
Mahanayaka Theras requests the President to take legal actions against the elements that distort Buddhist philosophy and culture. Minister Tiran Alas says that he is ready to reveal the persons who attempt to disrupt the Yuktiya operation. UNP Hambantota District Convention passed the proposal to field Ranil Wickremesinghe as a UNP candidate for the presidential election. Minister Bandula says that the media reports published regarding the import of Indian railway engines are false. Hindu devotees are getting ready to celebrate Thai Pongal. Houthi rebels say that US attacks will be strongly retaliated.
And now on to local stories in detail. Mahanayaka Theras of the three chapters have requested the President to prepare suitable laws to take actions against individuals who attempt to distort Buddhism and the Buddhist order to gain personal benefits.
The Mahanayaka Theras have sent a letter with their signatures and requested to take immediate action over this matter. The most recent example of this organized movement was the appearance of a person claiming himself as the Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva at the Kalaniya temple recently. It is reported that some individuals, both clergy and laymen, are attempting to mislead the people to gain benefits with the aim of distorting the Buddhist philosophy and culture in an organized manner, damaging the traditional role of Buddhist monks, distorting the Buddha's character, making defamatory comments against the Buddhist sacred places of worship and the Buddhist concepts are some of the frequent actions taken by these organized gangs. Some individuals make defamatory comments insulting Buddhist concept and then make them go viral through social media. There is an aim to hurt the Buddhist sentiments and to create religious hatred among people, to spread clashes among religious groups. In this letter, the Mahanayaka Theras have emphasized the need to take stern action against such elements. It has been revealed that some individuals are receiving huge sums of money and various other donations from certain extremist organizations. The Mahanayaka Theras therefore requested the President and the government to take measures to prevent such activities against the sanctity of Buddhist culture and values. The Mahanayaka Theras states that it is a timely need to prepare relevant laws to regulate spread of such comments through traditional and social media.
Public Security Minister Tiran Alas says that raids under the Yuktiya operation will not be suspended even though various elements make negative comments regarding the mission. The persons who attempt to disrupt this movement have been identified and their names will be revealed if need arisen. A special workshop was held in Avisavela area today to enlighten the community police committees. The workshop was held under the patronage of Minister Tiran Alas, and a group including acting IGP Deshabandhu Tennakon was present at this occasion. Minister Tiran Alas says that the Yukti operation has been started to completely disrupt the drug smuggling network. The police will continue it facing any types of challenges. The underworld is connected to this problem and some hypocritic elements in the country write to the international community against this operation. Whoever tells us to stop this, we would never stop, and raids will be conducted until the end of drug dealing network.
ඊරිසියාවෙන් ඉන්න කල්ලිය මේ රටට විරුද්ධව වැඩ කරන කල්ලිය දැන් අපේ මේ මෙහෙයුමට විරුද්ධව ඒගොල්ලන් ජාත්‍යන්තරයට ලියනවා එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ සංවිධානයේ හියුමන් රයිට්ස් එකේ ලේකම් මට මතක විදියට ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් ඉෂු කරනවා අපේ එකට විරුද්ධව මගේ මීඩියා එකෙන් හැමතිස්සෙම දැන් ඊයේ ඉඳන් කතා කරනවා සර් මොකද්ද මේකට කරන්නේ මේගොල්ලන් මෙහෙම කියලා තියෙනවා. අංක ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක දාන්න මං කිව්වා කියලා දාන්න අපි පටන් ගත්ත විදිහටම මේක නවත්තන්නේ කවුරු කිව්වත් නවත්තන්නේ මේක මේ විදිහටම අපි කරගෙන යනවා කියන ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක දාන්න කියලා. මම කියන්නේ මේකට විරුද්ධව කතා කරන කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ මේ කුඩු සල්ලි වලින් ජීවත් වෙන කට්ටිය.
මුළු ලංකාවේ දකුණු පළාතයි කොළඹයි හැරුණාම පාතාලේ ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙලා තියෙන පොලිස් වසංග අවිස්සාවේල ගලපිට මඩ කපුතලේ ඇල්ලස හෙට්ටිපොළ ලංකාවෙන් පාතාලේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මේක.
In other stories, a stock of various narcotics has been discovered by the police yesterday, as well as by the raid conducted under the Yuktiya operation. The police said 771 suspects have been taken into custody during the 24 hours period ended at 12:30 a.m. today. Out of them, 23 suspects have been detained for further investigations. 7 drug addicts have been directed to the rehabilitation centres. A special search operation was held at the Colombo Central Dam Street police area early this morning. 4 suspects were arrested and they were scheduled to produce before court today. A suspect was arrested last night at Kurunanpitiya in Puttalam with 3 parcels of over 2 kilos of heroin. The suspect was travelling in an SLTB bus at the time of the arrest. According to the police, stock of heroin is worth 30 million rupees. Crime Investigation Unit of the Puttalam Division says the suspect was taking this heroin to hand over to a leading drug dealer in Vattala area. A stock of 24 kilograms of Kerala cannabis was seized by a search operation conducted yesterday at the Nainatheev Island in Kites Police Division. A suspect was also arrested. Officers of the Mullathir camp says that the stock of a kilogram worth of 50 million rupees. Long-distance buses bound to Colombo from Jaffna, Manna and Anuradhapura areas were kept at Vennapur area last night. Police have arrested 4 suspects with cannabis, fantasy tablets and hallucination indigenous drugs in their possession. STF officers in Thalaimanna camp has arrested a person yesterday with over 10,000 fantasy tablets with his possession.
The UNP Hambantota District Convention today unanimously passed a proposal to field Ranil Wickremesinghe as the UNP candidate for the next presidential election. The UNP Management Committee that convened recently decided to hold district conventions island-wide targeting the next presidential election. As the second convention, the Hambantota District Convention was held today at the Tangol Town Hall with the participation of a large number of UNP activists. A proposal was brought to the convention to field Ranil Wickremesinghe as a national candidate for the next presidential election. All raised their hands and unanimously passed this proposal.
ජාතික නායකයෝ ලෙස ජාතිය ආරක්ෂා වෙනුවෙන් ජාතිය යහපත වෙනුවෙන් මතු අනාගත පරපුරේ අනාගතය ශක්තිමත් කිරීම සඳහා ඉදිරිපත් විය යුතුයි මේ මහසභාව යෝජනා කර සිටී.
UNP parliamentarian Vajurabe Vardhana said that they will know what would happen in April and in August. At this future presidential election, Ranil Wickremesinghe will become the president, taking 10 million votes for the first time in the presidential election history in Sri Lanka. Even the Japanese finance minister is astonished with the potentials of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Japan has also pledged its fullest support to the President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Some people are attempting to politically kill President Wickremesinghe. If we safeguard President Wickremesinghe, then the country will become a developed nation. Former Minister Akhila Viraj Karivasam says that quality of UNP supporters are at high level, although quantity is low. UNP policies are very powerful. President Wickremesinghe has been able to settle the majority of debts obtained by foreign banks. This is not the political problem, but an economic crisis. It can be solved with policies of President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
quantity එක අඩු නාට ඒකයි. හැබැයි දැන් quantity එකත් වැඩි වෙගෙන යනවා. අපි දශක ගානකට බිල් හැමදාම ණයයි. පහුගිය අවුරුද්දේ බිල් ටික ඔක්කොම ගෙවලා ඉවරයි.
Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that Indian government has agreed to provide 20 railway engines that are currently running in India and spare parts to Sri Lanka. Out of the engines, 3 locomotives will be brought to the island as early as possible. The minister made these remarks participating in a special discussion held at the Government Information Department today. Indian government has decided to donate these used railway engines to Sri Lanka as a solution to the shortage of railway engines. This decision has been taken in response to requests made by Minister Gunawardena. Several engineers and relevant officials had gone to India recently to check these engines and to select suitable locomotives. The minister said, however, a weekend newspaper has reported false information regarding this matter. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena said that the Indian government has requested to send engineers and responsible officials to check the post-suitable engines from these 20 engines. Accordingly, 5 engineers and officials were sent to India for this purpose. Sri Lanka government only spent $400 for this tour and $80 per individual. All the other expenses were borne by the Indian government. However, the media has reported that Sri Lankan government will spend 16 billion rupees to buy 20 used railway engines. This news is utterly false, and the Indian government for the first time will donate these engines free of charge. The aim of the newspaper reports is to underestimate the India's offer. This irresponsible reporting may cause inconvenience for the Indian government. Therefore, Minister Bandulu Gunawardena says that he will beg pardon from the Indian government for any inconvenience caused. Tamil people world over celebrates Thai Pongal festival tomorrow.
Hindu devotees island-wide are getting ready at present to celebrate Thai Pongal. Thai Pongal means the celebration of harvesting. In various states in India, people celebrate it with various traditions and rituals. Pongal means Pongal means over flour and resources. Hindu people boil milk in fresh earthen pots until the milk overflows from these pots. They consider it a sign of future prosperity. Thai Pongal celebrations also mark the start of a new solar year.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that new programs will be presented to create an economic reveal in the country. He made this comment in a visit to Kandy this morning. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena worshipped the Temple of the Tooth in Kandy and received blessings. Then the Premier met Mahanayaka of the Askeriya chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Gnanaratna Thera. Later, Prime Minister met the Mahanayaka of the Malwatta chapter, Most Venerable Tibbotuwave Sri Sumangala Thera, and received blessings.
කෘෂිකර්මාන්තය විශාල වර්ධනයකට පත්වී තිබෙන බව දේශීය හා ජාත්‍යන්තර සියලු ආයතන පිළිගැනීම අපේ රටට තවත් ශක්තිමත් විය හැකි ශේෂ්ත්‍රයක් බවට පත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මහානායක හාමුදුරුවෝ සඳහන් කරේ අතහැර දැම තිබෙන ඉඩම් අතහැර දැම තිබෙන වතුවල ගම්බදර යාබද අක්කර විශාල ප්‍රමාණයන් යලි අස්වැද්දීමට වැවිලියට භාජනය කරන්න.
A team of IMF officers engaged in a tour in the northern province. They met the northern governor, Mrs. PSM Charles, at the governor's office at noon today. They look into the problems faced by people in the northern province at present and the development activities here. They discuss the matters pertaining to economic empowerment of the people, infrastructural development and other positive proposals to enhance their lives. Governor PSM Charles My apologies. Governor PSM Charles said that a systematic program is now underway to strengthen the economy of the people in the northern province. The governor also enlightened the IMF officials on the current essential development program and existing projects in the province.
2 election propaganda offices of the UNP in Galle district were opened yesterday. These election operational offices have been set up in the Balapitiya and Karandene electorate. The UNP Balapitiya electoral office was opened under the patronage of parliamentarian Wajura Abeyawardena. Balapitiya UNP organizer Ajit Asel has organized this event. A large number of UNP supporters, including former Minister P. Harrison, were present at this occasion. The Karandene UNP electoral office has been set at the Kurdu Gaha Hatampa area. It was opened under the patronage of Minister Manushanana Kara and parliamentarian Wajura Abeyawardena. This event has been organized by the Karandene UNP chief organizer lawyer Nuwan Somiratna.
Farmers say that maize cultivation throughout the island has subjected to a threat of destructions due to a spread of armyworm caterpillar and a virus disease. Farmers further say that although the government provides compensation for damages of other crops, the maize cultivation is not included in the compensation scheme. Therefore, many farmers have attempted to give up maize cultivation. They say that they can't afford to spend a large sum of money for maize cultivation. In case of unexpected crop damage, the farmers are unable to bear the burden without any help from the government. Therefore, they request the relevant officials to provide relief compensation in such a situation. That's a look at local news. Stay with us. Foreign news is coming up next.
Prima Kutumi, Santa Mai.
And on foreign news now, the Houthi military has threatened a strong and effective response after the United States carried out another strike in Yemen overnight, further ratcheting up tensions as the United States vowed to protect shipping from attacks by the Iran-aligned movement.
Now, President Joe Biden said the United States had sent a private message to Iran about the Houthi attacks, but he did not elaborate. The latest strike, which the United States said hit a radar site, came a day after dozens of American and British strikes of Houthi facilities in Yemen. Houthis said the new strike will have a firm, strong and effective response. They further added that there had been no injuries nor material damages. The Houthis said the strikes, including the one overnight that hit a military base in Sana'a, had no significant impact on the group's ability to prevent Israel-affiliated vessels from passing through the Red Sea and Arabian Sea. The Houthis say their maritime campaign aims to support Palestinians under Israeli siege and attack in Gaza, which is ruled by the Iran-backed Hamas. Many of the vessels they have attacked had no connection to Israel. Meanwhile, Hans Grundberg, UN Special Convoy for Yemen, called for maximum restraint by all involved and warned of an increasingly precarious situation in the region.
Cold wave conditions continued in northern India, with the minimum temperature in Delhi dropping to 3 degrees Celsius last night, the lowest so far this season for the national capital. A blanket of fog was also enveloped North India during the night and early morning, bringing down visibility and affecting movement today morning. At the Indira Gandhi International Airport, dense fog brought the visibility down to 0 at 5 a.m. in what is the longest spell of dense fog this winter. The India Meteorological Department forecasters state that parts of Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi will continue to witness dense to very dense fog conditions till tomorrow.
Prima Kutumi, Santa Mai.
The first T20 match between Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka is being played at the R. Premadasa grounds in Colombo. Sri Lanka won the toss and decided to field first. Accordingly, Zimbabwe scored 143 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their 20 overs.
Mahesh Theekshana claimed the first 2 wickets of Zimbabwe team. He restricted the opening partnership to 37 runs. Then Craig Erwin was out for 10 runs. Sikand Raza scored 62 runs. In reply, Sri Lanka lost an early wicket of Pathum Nissanka just for 2 runs. Sri Lanka were 32 runs for 1 wicket, and to bring you the latest update now, they are standing at 43 runs for 3 wickets.
Prima Kuttumi, Fantamai.
And that concludes your news bulletin for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow as well with the very latest, together with Sharon and Prashant. Good night.